What's up, everybody? Jack Ryan Garage here again. Today's the day. We got the STI going. Got it right here. This thing is actually, it's going to be sold today. It is ready to go. We did go ahead and we've started it up prior to this video. We just want to make sure, one, it would start. Two, we wanted to check for coolant leaks, oil leaks, stuff like that. Make sure we didn't turn it on. Some fluid came pouring out of somewhere. And then we end up having a few little things we had to fix. The oil pan gasket leaked. We fixed that. Oil pressure gauge didn't work. We need to just add a ground wire to the sensor to get the gauge working. We got that done. We got it cleaned up. Gave it a good wash. Scrubbed the wheels. Vacuumed and wiped down the interior. Everything's looking pretty good. I added a turbo timer in. I had a turbo timer on a parts car I had, and the person who's buying this car wanted it, so we went ahead and put that in. It's not mounted up because I didn't know where exactly he wanted it, so I didn't want to put it somewhere. I was going to let him mess with where he wants it, but it's just kind of in there and it's plugged in. Got our STI floor mats in there, vacuumed up. Got a random rag in here, doesn't need to be in there. Here's the back, all vacuumed out. Looking clean. Wiped down all the door panels, all the door jams. Like I said, put some wheel acid on the wheels, scrubbed them, power washed them out. Washed the whole car. It's looking pretty good. Like I said, it has been started already. We have done the very first stage of the break-in, which is to fill it with conventional oil and run it for 50 miles and change it. That's what we just did. We ran a 5W30 conventional in it, got 50 miles put on it, and then since we had the oil leak in the oil pan, when we drained it out to change the oil, we went ahead, dropped the pan, replaced the gasket, and then now it has break-in oil in it, Royal Purple break-in oil, and that'll be in it until 500 miles, where it'll be changed with break-in oil again, which will be in it till 1500 miles, which is the last break-in oil change. And at 3,000 miles, you can go ahead and run your like 10W30 synthetic or whatever you're going to put in it. The owner of this car, or I mean the person who's going to be buying it and going to be the owner, he knows all that. He's going to pick it up. He knows the whole procedure of not boosting the car until you get all the break-in oil changes completed. He's going to be bringing it back to us for the 500, 1500, and 3,000 mile oil changes, just so we can check up on it at those periods, make sure everything still looks good, make sure we haven't popped up any leaks in between now and then. But yeah, this thing's ready to go. The buyer is actually on his way, so we went ahead and, like I said, washed this thing up, vacuumed it out, made it look good for him. Everything's running well. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a start up. Oh, guess I gotta push the clutch in. That'd help. This thing has a full Grady exhaust on it. I believe the buyer is going to swap it out. He wants something a little quieter, so he's going to put a different exhaust on it. Ben, you want to give it a rev? Here's the completed engine bay. Everything's running very smoothly. We got refrigerant in it. As you can see, the AC compressor just kicked on, so we got refrigerant in it, so the AC is working now. To make the oil pressure gauge work, we had to add a ground wire onto the case of the oil pressure gauge, or the sensor here that runs the gauge. For some reason, it just wasn't there, and we don't remember how it was hooked up, so we had to add a ground wire onto it, and we just strapped that here on the fender. Like I said in the last video, we did reroute some of these air oil separator lines to kind of make it a little cleaner, kind of make the install a little easier. We did throw the turbo blanket on. You might not be able to see it well, but it did have a turbo blanket, so that's back on there. We threw it on there. We got our just little belt cover on that wasn't on before. We've checked all the fluids. Oil is full, coolant's full, our power steering fluid is full. We don't have any drips. Everything's nice and clean underneath now. No more oil leaks. Did our best with what we could with this headlight. It was kind of yellowish and cracked. We sanded it and buffed it, made it a little better, but there's only so much we could have done with that headlight there. But yeah, everything seems to be working well. Haven't really been able to boost the car, obviously, because of the braking procedure. You're not supposed to do that, so we haven't really been able to see the potential of this car, but we're good friends with the buyer. When he brings it back for oil changes, I'm sure we'll be able to take it for a drive and rip it around and see what this thing can really do. We know it puts down like 480 wheel horsepower from the dyno sheets from the previous owner that we bought it from. But yeah, this thing is all done, all cleaned up, running good. It's very smooth. Interior's looking good, exterior's looking good. It sounds good. Got the rally armors on there. STI fog light covers. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the end of this series on the STI. Like I said, probably in about, I think it's about 1 or 2 o'clock now. The buyer's gonna be here at 2. He's gonna give us cash for the car and take it away, and we'll see it on every once in a while. Like I said, we're good friends with him. We're his mechanic shop. This is where he brings his stuff, so we'll see it every once in a while. Be able to drive it again. We're able to keep an eye on it, make sure everything is going to plan. Got my Integra up here on the lift. I am getting rid of my coilovers. Tired of the bouncy ride, so I got me some sport shocks with just some lowering springs. Didn't want the bouncy coilover ride no more. I was done with that life. I've also added the clear side markers in my bumper. Got LED bulbs in there. Little toe strap on the front I added the other day. But yeah, it's kind of sad to see the STI come to an end. We're gonna watch it drive away today, but that's what it was all about. Buying it, fixing it, selling it. It's been a good journey. We've learned a lot. Obviously this is a super sweet car. 04 STI, super rare, gold BBSs on it still and everything. Just a super rare car, super nice, well taken care of, and it makes a ton of power. It'll be a fun car. But that's gonna be it for this video. I know it's gonna be pretty short, but just kind of want to show you guys the end project of this STI. I know probably some of you have been watching all of them, and you saw how it came to us with a blown motor. Now it's running good. It's all cleaned up and shiny, and it's gonna go and head on to its new owner. So like I said, thanks for watching, and we're gonna, obviously we got a bunch of projects. I got my Integra, then actually got a new FRS. That's this red one right here. We'll be doing stuff to that, obviously. Our next thing is going to be, I know you can't see it, but way back in there we've got a S2000 that needs a motor. That's probably be our next project, so we'll get some videos on getting the motor in the S2000. So we're gonna have a lot of content coming out soon, so just make sure you subscribe and keep coming back and seeing all these sweet cars we're gonna be working on.